So I'm a pretty big fan of both this podcast and the Dick Show.
Okay.
But I guess I watched them like pretty removed from all the online discourse because like suddenly there's guys with like 100,000 followers who are talking about you two like you're like the devil. But I don't know. Every time you just tune in, it's like just a fun comedy podcast.
Yeah.
And everyone's just laughing and stuff. It's very weird because there's just this huge disconnect from like what
disconnect, dude.
everybody online is like saying about you guys and like what you're actually doing. And I just never really engaged in that discourse before. And
Null said he's going to
whatever.
report
Keep doing what you're
my
doing.
Patreon
None of the
because
guys
I was making fun of his steak thing.
None of the
What are you
guys
doing?
who hate us have ever watched a single episode of this show. And they think
Because they just watch shit they hate.
Right.
All they do is watch Star Wars shit that they fucking despise.
well, they think every episode is us going, here's what I love about the movie Cuties. And then that's all we talk
It is
about.
every episode.
Yeah, every episode.
yeah.
And I go, you guys, you really got to reconsider what's happening to these sex
guys are
criminals.
nuts.
And we just, like, I tell people, I'm like, our show's pretty tame when you get down to it. We make a couple, like, we make some racy jokes, sure.
Yeah, racy from like the 90s.
But I don't get my Canadian retarded friend to go into the camera and start screaming slurs and then later claim to be the new professed son of Christ. I'm Fat Christ telling Doug TenNapel how to run his fucking life. And I'm like, how are we the edgy guys that are like fucking ruining everything?
Everybody
and
really
everybody?
fucking hates us right now.
I know, and we don't do anything. I've said the only thing I'm going to say about Eric July from here on out is he shouldn't have got Riley arrested, number one.
Yeah.
And two, his comic book sucks. The writing is bad.
He's bad.
As a guy who likes to talk about big projects with terrible writing, like Star Wars, I find it interesting to discuss how shitty Ira is. And people go, "You're the fucking scum of the earth.
Fucking
You're
scumbag.
fucking this up
Don't
for
you
us."
realize you're fucking up the whole parallel economy? This thing was going great until you two had to fuck it up.
Well, I hate to say it, but this is another one of those situations where I go,
Maybe they're right.
people don't thank us enough for doing the bare minimum. Let's be clear. This is the bare minimum. We went to Netflix and we said, you guys are kind of stupid. That's it. We held up some signs.
Total insanity.
Total blow
chaos.
up, explodes, everything's at the
Fury.
end of the night. And then we show up and we go, Eric July is not really a good writer. And it's just like completely, they're like fucking exploding. Their heads are blowing up.
You fucking
What are
were
you talking
calling
about?
the cops.
He made millions of dollars. That means it's good. That means it's good. But it's not. It's bad.
But I was next to make $1 million. Don't you
I
get
was
that?
next.
I was next.
Well, that's Yellow Flash right now.
Yeah,
Yellow Flash is thinking that.
Obviously.
A lot of these guys are mad that we have cut their earnings potential in half. We have literally cut their earnings potential in half. They've lost
More
the
than
Comic State
half.
audience
Yeah,
just
yeah.
because you and me said ISOM's bad, and EVS kind of agreed. And for that, Eric lost half his buying audience because he couldn't just say, yeah, okay, that's fine. I'm still cool with Comicsgate and I support indie creators.
All right.
All right.
We'll talk about it
on the next
tomorrow.
show.
All right, goodbye, everyone.
We're the devil.
BiggestProblem.show.
Biggest Problem Show. Thanks for being patrons. Can you show us our top patrons? I would like to recognize them. Guys, you guys are keeping the show alive. We're having a lot of fun. Thanks for coming by. And tell your friends tomorrow, Ethan Ralph will be our guest talking about who knows what.
People are going to be pissed.
Why? We didn't do anything. They think we control Riley like a little fucking Manchurian candidate to go put stickers on shit.
There's this huge there's a disconnect. Maybe we'll talk about it tomorrow. Where if people want you to succeed online, if
Everything's
enough
fine.
people
Yeah.
want you to succeed, then you will, and that's true because they'll
Right. They'll
give
throw
you
money
money
at you.
But if they want you to fail, they think that you will fail. But that is not how
It doesn't work the same way. No, it doesn't work the same way. Them
does
wanting
not
you to
work
fail,
in
the more
reverse.
attention you dig into it, people go, well, I kind of want to see what these guys are actually saying.
Yeah, but he's fucked. He's a bad guy. Well, I mean, I don't know.
I've tried to explain this to people who go like, well, negative publicity is bad though. And I'm like, no, because the negative publicity is only bad if you actually did something bad. But if you did
Even then.
basically nothing, the negative publicity is like, well, let me see what
if you
this
didn't do something illegal,
Yeah.
then
it doesn't really.
It's the same.
Exactly. So all these guys are like, wow, they're so blown out and butthurt by us reporting and clipping them. I'm like, I don't know, man. The show just keeps growing and more people are
at what
watching.
point,
And
what does it feel like?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm experiencing it, but
it's very weird how they have to. And then they have to make stuff up about like how I only get
everything.
25% of the money from the show. They're like, well, he only gets 25% of the money. I'm like, that's
why
news to
would
me.
we? Why
I'm
would
pretty
that
sure
be-
all of the show revenue goes into my account, and I'm the one who has to accurately report it to Dick. So
Who doesn't check the
who
math?
doesn't check
ever.
the math, even though I send you detailed breakdowns of like, here's what money came from what, and you're like, I don't care, just sign me a check.
Why make
I
up?
want you to have that.
Why make up?
Why make
Why
up?
make that up?
Right. It would not. Why would I? You
Why
think-
make up something for
Yeah.
every part?
After the show, I go, hey, Dick, we tricked them into thinking I'm making more money. Aren't I so clever?
Why not 5%?
Yeah, why not? I'm just here for the shits and giggles.
So fucking. You made more money than me with all the super killer shit.
Well, you should make a project.
Yeah,
We should talk about it.
maybe I will.
I think
I do think we should do
you'd
the
have
card
fun.
game.
We still have to talk about the card game.
Okay, bye
Next
everyone.
time. Bye everybody.
It is I, the Nigger, and I need you to subscribe to, it says here, Clips